Hello, my name is Jackie Lawrence and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK at jackiestampingdreams.co.uk. Today is Good Friday, so I thought I'd show you how to make this beautiful Easter card using the lovely stamp set Fable Friends. As you can see, lovely images, but I have used the Peter Rabbit type stamp from there to make this lovely card. Anyway, let's get crafting. Okay, let's get started and to make our card. First of all, you will need a piece of balmy blue cardstock, which this is half of a A4 sheet of card, and I've scored it in half. Then you will need an acetate sheet, which is 10.2 by 14.8 centimetres. Whisper white at 10 times 14.3 centimetres, and then two pieces at 6 by 10 centimetres. Then you'll need designer series paper, one at 5.5 by 9.5 centimetres, and then two at 3 by 9.5 centimetres. You will need a scrap of Highland Heather and a scrap of Whisper White, which I've cut out with a die cutting machine, and these are the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which can be found in the Spring Summer catalogue, and I've used this one for the Highland Heather and one of the scallops for the Whisper White. Okay, so I'm also using the Stamparatus. And on the plates I've got one for the rabbit, and then that just slots in, and then one for Easter greetings, and then that slots down the side. Okay, so as you'll see, I've got the negative piece of cardstock already in place in my Stamparatus, and that's been held with a magnet. So I'm just going to bring across the die cut, and I'm just going to slot that back in like so, making sure that that's all fitting snugly in there. Okay, and then using the black ink, I'm then just going to ink up my rabbit. And then I'm just going to go in again, because I've not moved the paper, the image will go perfectly back on, just to make that a bit darker. Okay, and then I'm just going to leave this to one side because I want the ink to dry before I start colouring in. So I can take this plate off because I'm not going to use it, and I'm going to move the Stamparatus out the way. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and my piece of folded cardstock. And then I'm going to cut at 4 centimetres. And then move the card down, and I'm going to cut again at 4 centimetres. Okay, and then you're left with your 3 pieces like that. Okay, so I'm going to move that out the way. Next I'm going to bring in the rabbit, and I'm going to colour him in with blends. So I'm going to use him a bit like Peter Rabbit. I am a Beatrix Potter fan, so I thought this one would look nice with the traditional blue colours. So I've got the dark and light balmy blue, dark and light crumb cake, and then I've also got the petal pink colour as well. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper to go under the image, because they do bleed through the back. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the dark, and I'm going to use the nib tip, and I'm just going to go slightly over where I think the shading should be. I'm not very good at doing shading, so you just bear with me, and then I'm just going to go round and colour the rest of him. And then I'm going to go in with the lighter colour. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Petal Pink, and that's just doing his ears and just around his tummy. Next I'm going to go in with the dark blue, and again I'm just going to highlight the areas, so around his elbows and cuffs, around the collar. Okay, so I'm just going to put them to one side. Next I'm going to get in our pieces of card. Okay, and then these need to be glued. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the multi-purpose glue. Just put those to one side. And then with the bigger one, you're then adhering that to your base card. Also need, I forgot to say, you need another piece of card for the inside. Not quite sure what measurement I did on that one, but I can put that in the comments. So that just needs to be glued in as well. Okay. Oops, that's moved off. It's just slipped. reposition that again. There you go. That's okay, just like that. Then you'll need some glue dots. And I'm just going to put some glue dots on the corners. Oops. It's gone on my thumb. Oh no. Okay, and then that just gets inserted like so. And I just need to put one on the end here, so just get that off with my pickup tool, and then that can just get slotted in there like that. Okay, the other thing we need to do is also stamp on the white card. That probably would have been a better idea of doing that before I glued it in, but doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put that in on Stamparatus like that. That should ink up, and then I'm just going to ink that up with the basic black with the Easter greeting. Okay, that's fine, but it would be better if you did that before you actually glued it to the card like I did. And then using one of your strips, you just need the glue dots again, and you need one on each corner. Okay, and then that gets glued to your acetate, and you just need to line that up with the bottom and the sides. So there's your card like that. Okay. Then this card then needs to get attached vertically. So I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue again. Like so. And then I'm going to put my Highland Heather card on like that, and I'm going to use that with dimensionals. Just on the back. As you can see, I've got friends cut out through the middle. This is these dies are brilliant for your scraps, because it's going to be covered up, you're not going to see it. So just take the backings off your dimensionals. Okay. And then just line that up wherever you would like it. Then you can bring in your Peter Rabbit and then just put a bit of glue on the back. And that goes like that. Now I've left the buttons uncoloured because I was going to use some of the jewels on there. Now what have I done with those? Bear with me one moment whilst I look. Oh, right. I was going to use the peacock jewels. I can't find them at the moment. So I'm just going to use rhinestones for now. use my putty end of my pickup tool, that would be easier. So on this tool I've got the putty, and I'm just going to pick up that gem. I'm hoping it's got some of the glue on there. Yeah. So I'm just sliding that along, picking it up, and then putting that down. Okay, and there's your finished card. You've got the Easter greetings there. I'll just bring the other one back. So they look good in different colours and different papers. So I hope you've enjoyed that tutorial. If you would like to purchase any of the products, then please go to my online shop, which is in the details, quoting the hostess code. If you'd like more inspiration, you can go along to my blog, which is www.jackiesstampingdreams.co.uk. But anyway, have a nice Easter. I hope the weather's good for you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.